Welcome back to another video with me. Today we're talking all about intermittent fasting. I've gotten so many questions on this topic. I feel like you've probably heard the term being thrown around a lot. I feel like everyone and their mom is doing this style of eating, so I thought I'd make a video on it just to go over what it is, the benefits of it, to see if it's right for you, stuff like that. So I hope this video is helpful for you. First and foremost, before you try anything new, absolutely do your own research on it. And I wanted to also address that intermittent fasting is not a diet. You guys know I don't believe in diet. I just feel like diet is a really negative way of thinking about food. So intermittent fasting is not a diet. So essentially you're just scheduling your meals to get the most out of them. You're not changing what you eat, you're just changing how you eat and when you eat. Intermittent fasting, what is it? Just by the term, you can probably guess that yes, you will be fasting for a period of time. So essentially, I feel like the most common way is you fast for 16 hours and then you have a window of 8 hours to eat all of your meals. So if you're anything like me, I eat about 5 to 6 meals a day. I start in the morning and I eat right until bed. Someone who does practice intermittent fasting is fasting for a period of time and then they are eating within a specific time window. If they're fasting for 16, that means they have like a time window of 8 hours to get all of their meals in. Research has shown that it's a great way to keep muscle mass on while you're trying to lean out and lose fat. So a lot of people try intermittent fasting when they are trying to lose fat just overall. So when you eat, your body is so focused on digesting your food that it's really hard for it to burn the fat because your insulin levels are so high. But if your body is in a fasted state, it's a lot easier for it to burn the fat because your insulin levels are so low. So your body does not enter the fasted state until 12 hours after your last meal. So if you think about it, if you're anything like me, normally your last meal or the last thing you eat is around like 8, maybe 9 if you do dessert, and you wake up early and you eat around 7, your body doesn't even go into a fasted state whatsoever, even when you're asleep. But if you're doing intermittent fasting, your body definitely taps into that fasted state. This way of eating works for so many people. So many people see results because what your body actually does is instead of getting the glucose it needs for energy through food, your body is actually getting its energy through your stored fat. So during your fasting period, say you're fasting for 16 hours, your body's actually using your fat as energy. So for instance, if you're working out during some time in those 16 hours that you're fasting, instead of your body using the food that you just ate an hour before as energy, it's actually using your stored fat for energy to get you through your workout. So obviously there are a lot of benefits to this. People who do have fat to lose, this could be a really great way for you to eat and schedule your meals. If you are a super busy person and you don't have time to fit 4 to 6 smaller meals into your schedule, you know, planning that many meals a day like stresses you out because you don't know how you're gonna fit that many meals into your schedule and everything like that, maybe intermittent fasting is for you, as you only have to prepare about 2 to 3 bigger meals every single day. Just because you don't have a bigger time period to eat doesn't mean that you still shouldn't be focusing on hitting your calories. So you need to make sure you're still eating enough food within that time period that you are eating. It's still really important to hit your calories, hit your macros, everything like that for you and your goals. And it also doesn't mean that you get to eat like crap throughout those 7 hours either, just because you're not eating as often. Still make sure you're eating nutrient-dense foods because that's going to be so important. But the benefit is you don't have to plan as many meals every single day if you're doing a fasted time period. And another benefit is it doesn't matter when you start eating. So I know some people do like 8 to 2 or some people do 1 to 8 or however long the periods are. Like I said, do research so you can see what works for you, but you just need to make sure that you're consistent with that timing because it's going to be really hard if one day you wake up and you eat at 8 only till 2 and then the next day you fast until 1 and then, you know, your schedule's all over the place. So make sure you are consistent with the time that you're going to break your fast. So our bodies just rely on food to get glucose, which is our energy source. But if you are fasting, your body doesn't have that glucose from food. So it's going to tap into your stored fat cells in order to use that as energy, which is why research has proven that this is an amazing fat loss tool. But it's just so important that even if you try this method of eating, like you need to be making sure you're eating enough. Like I feel for me, when I tried it, I wasn't really hungry because my body wasn't used to eating like bigger meals every single day. And I'm sure your body adapts to it. Your body will adapt to it. but it's just so important that you're not under eating. And I know that can happen to so many people. So if you are planning on trying intermittent fasting, just make sure you're eating enough and you're eating what you're supposed to be eating, just in a smaller time window. So like I said, I have tried intermittent fasting before. It personally did not work well for me. So I'm the type of person where I need to eat like every hour and a half, every 2 hours, or else I turn into a crazy, grumpy girl. And no one's got time for that. So when I tried it, I was starving. I was like in a bad mood, everything like that, because I need to eat. My body like literally relies on me to eat food all day, every day. So if your body is similar to mine, this method of eating is probably not right for you. But if you are someone who, you know, if your body doesn't need breakfast, or you think you can definitely try it, your body doesn't freak out if you don't eat for every 2 hours or anything like that, definitely try it, see if it works for you. But like I said, do your research beforehand, because it's so important to make sure you know everything about this before you dive right into it. Okay, so apparently my outro didn't record, but I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you learned a little bit more about intermittent fasting. Like I said, do your own research, see if it's right for you, but I will see you guys next time.